Buying a house can feel overwhelming, and this is part 2 of essential questions for home buyers. All right, here we go. Buying a house can feel overwhelming with all the steps involved. Don't worry, we're here to break down all of the questions you might have during the home buying process. Welcome back to Living in Memphis in the Mid-South. I'm Amy Clark with Crowlike Realtors, your go-to realtor for all things Memphis. So today, whether it's your first time buying a house or your next investment, these answers will help you understand the ins and outs of real estate. We'll go through these questions. Let's get to it. Should I buy a house in a seller's market or a buyer's market? Well, that's a good question. In a seller's market, demand for homes is very high, often leading to bidding wars and multiple offers, and you could lose out on a house if you're really desperate to buy a house, and you could really lose out on a house. But you have to be prepared to make an offer more competitive and more quickly. On a buyer's market, on the other hand, typically has homes up for sale, and then the buyers have time to make their offer, which means the prices can be lowered and that you have more negotiating power. You could ask for the sellers to help you pay for your closing costs. You could ask for the sellers to lower the price. There's lots more negotiating when it's a buyer's market. So if you're in a seller's market and you work with an experienced agent, we can help make this process go a little smoother for you without overpaying, hopefully. But one thing I do want to say about a buyer's market and a seller's market, you're supposed to buy a house when you can. So it really doesn't matter the type of market. The seller's market is a little bit more difficult because there is a lot of competition there. However, buy a house when you can. It doesn't matter the interest rates, it doesn't matter. Prices are gonna go up. The best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The best time to buy a house was yesterday. So here we are today, and it's time to buy a house, so let's get on with it. And I'll help you make a competitive offer in a seller's market, and I'll help you make an even better competitive offer in a buyer's market. Okay, next question. What are contingencies, and should I include them in my offer? Well, yes, you should. Contingencies protect the buyer in the long run. So contingency number 1 is your loan. So once you have your lender, the house contract is only contingent upon financing. So you have to get financing approved. If your financing falls through because you made a bad purchase, or you bought furniture, or you bought a car, that big truck you were wanting while you're under contract of the house, that could knock you out of the loan. So you're not eligible to buy a house right now. So we can get your earnest money back, we can get you out of the contract essentially, if those things happen. And so that's a contingency. You have to have loan approval. So get that contingency done. The other one is an appraisal. That protects the bank and the buyer as well. So when you are getting a loan, the bank will send out an appraiser, and it's on a lottery basis. So I don't know the appraiser, you won't know the appraiser, and we are not allowed to really speak to him because we don't want to have any undue influence on this appraiser. So it can't go one way. He's got to be a completely independent person. So the appraiser comes out, he makes his appraisal, and if the appraisal doesn't meet what the offer says, appraisal may fall lower than the sales price. That protects you as the consumer. As the client, it protects you. The bank says, no, the house is only worth this much money because of the appraisal. And he looks at the competition, the comps from the rest of the neighborhood, outside that neighborhood if he has to, and the neighborhood itself. So depending on all these factors will give you the price of the house. Now the seller can lower the price to that price, what the appraiser says, or you can make up the difference in your own money. The bank will give you X amount that you determined was the value and the sales price, and you make up the difference in price if it comes in low. Now, however, appraisals can come in higher. And when appraisals come in higher, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. So the seller does not know that information. Only the buyer knows that information because the buyer has paid for the appraisal. So the seller is not privy to that information. So the house is $359, and the appraiser came back and he said, actually your house is worth closer to 410. So great, you're getting a deal. You're gonna buy that house at 359 and you already have built-in equity to the house at 410. So that is a great deal. That is a contingency, and appraisal is a contingency. There's that one. There's also a contingency if you're a buyer and you have to sell your house in order to buy this next house. That's another contingency. Some sellers don't really like that. Builders are pretty much okay with it. You can get your house under contract and sell it and then be able to move into your new construction house. So that's great with that. But so contingencies protect you as a buyer, but keep in mind that in a competitive market, too many contingencies can make an offer less appealing to a seller. So if you do have a house to sell and that's a contingency and another offer came in and that offer doesn't have the contingency on selling a house, you can pretty much bet that that's a better offer to the seller, and the seller is going to take that offer over your offer. So, but there's always ways to work around these things, and I can help you do that. Let's look at the next question. Another appraisal question. How does the appraisal affect the buying process? So it's a licensed contractor or licensed appraiser licensed by the state of Tennessee or Mississippi, and or both. They are sent out by the bank. Like I said, it's on a lottery. You don't know who the appraiser is until after the fact. And it could also be a negotiation tool to help you lower the price of the property if the appraisal comes in lower, like I just mentioned in the last one. You can cover it with cash, or you can even walk away if the appraisal contingency is in place. So it's contingent upon appraisal, which means it has to meet that appraisal price. And if it doesn't, you can walk away from the contract. All right, appraisals are a safeguard for both you and your lender. So 2 appraisal questions right there back to back. All right, how important is my credit score when buying a home? Well, it's actually very important. Your credit score needs to be a minimum of 620. Some banks will allow you to go all the way down to 580. You're probably gonna have some more closing costs involved with that. You're a riskier loan for that lender. So if your credit score is in the 580s to 620. So 620 is gonna be your basic minimum. 700 or higher usually will get you the best interest rates and qualify you for lower interest rates and better loan terms, which can save you thousands on the life of your mortgage. So that's very important. In the scores in the mid 600s, you can still get approved. You'll face a little bit higher interest rate, and they have stricter loan requirements. So it's always a good idea to know where your credit is, where you stand with your credit, and how to improve it if you need to get you a better interest rate, better loan in the long run. All right, so that's a good one. Remember that you really need to have over 620 on your credit score, and you need to have some money in the bank, because buying a house can be very expensive. So little things come up all the time. What's the difference between homeowner's insurance and a home warranty? Well, a home warranty is something that you purchase independently. It's maybe $500 to $700, maybe $1,000 a year. It will cover your appliances in your house. Your refrigerator, your air conditioning, things like that. Your major appliances in your house, if they break down, maybe your washer and dryer, it just depends on what type of home warranty you get. There's all kinds of home warranties that are available to the public, and you can actually get a home warranty placed on your home as a seller while you're selling your house. So houses kind of know when they're being sold. So maybe the hot water heater decides to explode, which one of mine did recently as we're selling the house. So you can get these items replaced, and then you can pass this warranty on to the buyer during the course of the transaction of the house. Now, a home warranty, I'm kind of mixed on them. If you really need to have this home warranty, absolutely, we can ask the seller to pay for a 1-year home warranty for you when you buy your house, or you can purchase it independently yourself. And we want to know the quality of the company, and when your refrigerator does break down and you don't want to go spend $3,000 on a new refrigerator, maybe it can be repaired or it can be fixed by the home warranty. So that's a home warranty. But homeowner's insurance, if you have a loan on your house, you're going to be required by the lender to have home insurance. Now, home insurance is going up, just like everything else is going up. Prices have gone up on home insurance, and it can dramatically change their mortgage. So you need to know, get the best rates in your home insurance. With me, I can put you in a direction with home insurance broker. So he can go to all the companies across the country and find the best rate for you. One that is approved by you, that you can afford that goes into your mortgage, and it will cover exactly what you need covered on your home. But really, the homeowner's insurance is for natural disasters. It's for floods, for fires, for theft, burglary, and natural disasters. So after a tornado comes through, you have homeowner's insurance, and you want to make sure that you can get your house repaired to the same or better condition than it was prior to the damage. So that's a home warranty. But insurance, homeowner's insurance, doesn't really cover things like normal wear and tear. You are going to be responsible for replacing carpet if it gets bad, and normal wear and tear over the years, upgrading your flooring, upgrading your appliances. That's not covered by homeowner's insurance. But your major components of the house, your plumbing and electrical, your roof, those are covered by homeowner's insurance after a natural disaster or another problem. So if you're liking these questions, just hit like and subscribe in the comments below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know all there is to know about Amy answering questions for you about homeowners insurance, or real estate questions in general. Hope these tips are helping you a little bit. Let me know in the comments. And remember, if you're enjoying these insights, feel free to like and subscribe and to stay updated on all things real estate from Amy Clark at Cry Like Realtors. So thank you for watching part 2 of my series on top real estate questions here at Living in Memphis in the Mid-South. We're all about helping you to feel comfortable making confident decisions every step of the way. Until next time, happy house hunting, and let me make your Memphis dream a reality.